Hi everyone, wherever you are, I hope you're fine, happy and safe. This is another video, another tip, another lesson. The objective of course is you and your learning. We'd love to help each other to keep learning whatever happens. That's what makes us humans. That's what makes us special. Learning and keeping learning forever, no matter what happens. So today I'd like to invite you to another lesson, and actually it's part 3 of reported speech. In case you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, I'd like to gently invite you to watch them. You'll find the links below. Thank you, and let's get started. Hi and welcome once again. We're going to go directly to the first sentence we have here, which is about reported speech. Right, let's read the sentence and try to figure out the main changes that are taking place there. Do you have an English class today? Of course, this is a question. And of course, the answer to this question can be either yes or no. So all questions as this one, we call them yes, no questions because the answer to them is either yes or no. Another example here, did you see this movie? And of course the answer would be yes or no. The other one, have you ever been to Mexico? And of course again the answer would be yes or no. So all of these questions, we call them yes, no questions. So in reported speech, dear English learners has one basic rule to follow. So here Sarah asked me if I had an English class the other day. The words in blue show the main changes we have there. So the basic thing you have there is we add, as you can see here, we add if. We can add if or whether. So both can be used and both are correct. All right, so this is the first change. We add if when we have yes, no questions. And of course we have the other changes that we talked about, but we talked about them in part 1 and part 2. All right, so of course here we have, since we have here simple present, so automatically here we're going to have simple past. And there is another change here, which is this one. So from today, we change it to the other day. And of course, you need to remember the following changes, all right? You don't need to take them for granted. So now, then, today, the other day, yesterday, the day before, or the previous day. Last year, the year before, here, there, this, that, these, and those. Always try to remember these changes so as you can have reported speech correctly. Okay, so let's move on to the second example. Did you see this movie? Reported speech. My friend wanted to know if I had seen that. Again, we have if. We add it simply because we have yes, no question. Then, because here we have simple past, so we're going to change it to past perfect, as I told you before in the previous video. Next, have you ever been to Mexico? All right, I asked Steve if he had ever been to Mexico. All right, have you been? This is present perfect, so we change it to past perfect. You can see here that it is past perfect. All right, and of course we add if, again simply because it is yes no question. All right, so this is it basically for yes no questions that we have in reported speech. One more example. Can you lend me your phone? Jenna asked me if I could lend her my phone. Of course, here, as you can see, it's the same thing. Yes, no question again. The only new difference here is could. And of course, again, you need to remember that these modal verbs, we change them as well. So, for example, can, we change it to could, will, would, may, might, have to, had to. Well, this is it for this part. Now I'm going to invite you once again to the part 2 of this one with WH questions. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Part 2 of this video, we'll be talking about WH questions and how to change them from direct to indirect or reported speech accurately and correctly. Let's get started. The first example, where do you live? Obviously, you can see here that we are talking about questions. This is a question. What kind of question? It is WH question. Whenever you hear a WH question, that means that question starts with one of these words. Why, where, when, why, what, or how. All right, that's it, simply speaking. So let's get started with the first example and see how we change it to indirect or reported speech. Where do you live? My teacher asked me where I lived. So you can see that we have the words WH, where do we keep it? The same thing here, untouched. Then we have I, because we have here me. All right? Then we have the verb here because it is simple present. Yes? So we change the verb to simple past. All right, you need, of course, to remember the tip I told you before, the golden tip. Go back to the video and you'll find it there. You will find it in description. Number 2, what are you doing here? My boss wanted to know. By the way, wanted to know or asked me or here wondered, that's the same thing. Wonder. What are you doing here? My boss wanted to know what I was doing there. So what again we keep it? Are doing, this is present. This is present continuous. And of course, we take present continuous, of course, we change it to past continuous. Then here, we change it to there, as we said earlier. Here, we change it to there. The last example, why did you send that letter? Why did you send that letter? My mom wondered why I had sent that letter. Again, we have the same word, we keep it, no change. Now here we have did, of course, this is simple past, so we have the verb, we change it to past perfect. Past perfect, you might see it that this is past perfect. Well, that's it for today. I hope that you always stay safe, happy, and healthy. Well, see you in another video. Stay tuned and bye-bye.